Hi, I'm Alex Plant. We're sitting here with Mark Najelski of a really exciting company called OurStage.com. Thanks for taking the time to sit down with us.
Thanks for having us, Alex.
So Mark, tell us a little bit about OurStage.com and what is it you guys are trying to do?
OurStage.com is really focused on being a music discovery site. So we allow fans to come to the site and look for new music, whether they're interested in jazz or bluegrass or alternative rock, hip hop. We also allow artists to come to the site, upload their music. And that's really the exciting part because most of the people that use our site, most of the artists that use our site, don't really have a lot of other outlets. You'll find that they're either sharing music with their friends, their own music with their friends, or maybe they play in a local club. But for an artist to go from kind of that realm, that community, to the next larger step is a huge jump. And there really is, there's no path. There's no path for that. And that's where OurStage comes in. By having a larger audience, anyone who comes to the site, you may be someone sitting in your garage in Boston, but in LA they can still listen to your music. And it's just an opportunity you can't get anywhere else.
That's great. So you work with Sun and you work with OpenSolaris specifically. Talk to us about why Sun and I guess more specifically, why OpenSolaris?
Well, OpenSolaris and the backing Sun has for it is really something we came to looking to solve a problem. The site had been up for about a year, and we found that we really starting to have some storage problems, mostly with I/O. So the site would run fine, but suddenly we had troubles just serving the volume of music that we're serving. At the time, we had been running Linux and NFS and iSCSI on the back end, and we really ran limitations not just of the hardware, but also Linux itself, and specifically Linux NFS client. So at that time, and we went looking for alternatives, looking for either major vendors of storage products. And about that time, I think the first release of OpenSolaris was coming out, with ZFS. We had some experience with Sun, had always been good, and it was just kind of a natural opportunity to see what's possible.
Tell us about ZFS. How did you first use and integrate ZFS into your enterprise?
Well, kind of to roll forward, today ZFS under OpenSolaris, of course, is the foundation of all our production storage. And we really started by just building a test system, and I think, as I said, this was September, October of 2007. And instantly we saw that it was far more manageable. I mean, this is something we've really been struggling with. Being an online music site, the amount of media we have coming in is just massive, and the storage that we need is just going to never keep growing. But with that first test system, we could tell that ZFS was far more manageable. So that alone was a huge selling point. After some further tests, we also saw the performance was there. And actually the results were so good that we ended up not going with any other vendors. So it was from there, late in the fall of 2007, that we started building up the current production storage systems that we have today.
Are you pretty active in the OpenSolaris community, or how would you say what is your interaction with the OpenSolaris community?
Well, it's not been what I would like. I think there's definitely an opportunity for us to participate further. We benefit a lot from it, and in fact, our first involvement really was with the hardware compatibility list. So we're using the white box hardware, and we're looking for systems that we thought would be compatible with OpenSolaris without a lot of driver work from our end. I mean, again, coming from the Linux world, drivers are always kind of this open question in the back of your mind. You don't know how well the system's going to work with it. What we did was we looked at existing Sun systems, x86 systems, which we're running strictly AMD, and looking for what chipsets are supported by OpenSolaris. Based upon that, we went back to the Supermicro catalog and said, let's see what they have that is compatible. And it turned out to be very easy. Based upon that, we submitted the results to the hardware compatibility list. So we've got a number of systems up on that. The only other really contribution we've made is we're running all of our systems with mirrored RPools. RPool is the root system, system disk available under OpenSolaris. That's a new feature, I believe, just in the past 6 months or so. And at the time, there was no built-in ability within the OpenSolaris installer to mirror your RPool. So we've worked out a system to do that. We've submitted that to the community as well.
That's great.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting to, in a very material way, kind of give feedback to the community, and we look forward to doing it more.
That's great. Which Web2 applications along the same lines are most critical that you use in conjunction with OpenSolaris?
Right now, it's storage, and that's that's, as I say, that's in production. Has been for about half a year now. We're very pleased with the results. We are looking down the road, though. I think that our next area of exploration for us will be on the application side. So we'll go all the way from storage all the way to the top and then look at web serving. And specifically the Glassfish web server is very interesting to us. And I expect we'll have something in our test labs here probably soon.
How did you come to know about Glassfish? Is it via the community or?
Definitely via the community. It's the kind of thing that once you're in, there's so much going on, you can't just stop there. You really have to start looking around and say, what are all the other possibilities? There's so many projects going on the OpenSolaris community that we've barely scratched the surface on. And I'm really excited to see where it goes over the next year or so.
And the release and support model that OpenSolaris has, how does that impact your business? It
hasn't so much impacted as it's compatible. Again, coming from the Linux world, where you've got multiple releases a year, you've got bug fix releases on a very regular basis, and working in a company where we may release code more than once a week, as new features roll out and we're meeting the needs of our community, that kind of fast pace and dynamic development is really important to us. And that's why I say it's more of a compatibility than really changes the way we work.
Oh, interesting. And is anything that you would change, or that you'd wish the OpenSolaris community had more of, or?
There are a lot of, I could start listing individual features, but it's not something that I felt the need to make that list and submit it to Sun, because I see there's a great amount of progress going on in the community already. There's a roadmap, and as far as I've seen, the community has done a great job in meeting that roadmap. Mm-hmm. So even though there are a lot of opportunities, I think there's all sorts of exciting things that can be done on the installer side, on diagnostic tools, but those are in the works. So given the pace that things are happening, I'm happy to kind of sit back and see what the next release or two brings.
That's great. So in general, any closing thoughts that you might have about OpenSolaris, about your company and where it is that you're going?
Sure. The exciting thing for us about OpenSolaris is it has the advantage of a community. It has that dynamicism. It has that participation that we can really contribute, not just with capabilities, but also in features. But at the same time, it's backed by Sun. And I think that's really probably been the fundamental advantage for us, because we know we're getting a product that is of high quality. Every release comes out, it's just solid. And there's the integration. And I think all you have to do is look at ZFS to understand that. The level of integration within one file system model is as far beyond what you're going to find elsewhere. And I think you wrap that up, and it's something special.
That's great. Well, I'm sure we could talk on and on. There's so many great things about OpenSolaris, and your company's doing so many really exciting things. So we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to speak with us.
You're welcome, Alex.
Great. Well, thanks, Mark. Well, that's it. That's sitting here with Mark Nijelski from OurStage.com.